Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to analyze the final between Thiem and Medvedev. A quite surprising result I would say because we all were expecting Thiem to win this one probably because of his performances in the previous rounds, but that didn't happen and Medvedev stood strong. At the beginning of this tournament I think Medvedev was the least favorite to win this tournament, but as it turns out, he was able to beat Nadal, Djokovic, and then Thiem as well. So beating the top three players, I think is one of his biggest achievements. And the way he played, the way he came back in a lot of matches from being one set down, I think shows the character of this guy. And a big congratulations to Medvedev. And today let's look at the scoreline. So definitely it was not an easy victory for Medvedev. So you can see won it 4-6. He lost the first set. Then in the second set, he won it in a tie break, and then in the third set it was 6-4. So if you look at the match stats, there was not a big difference between the two players. If you see the total points won, it's 115 for Medvedev, so just three more points than Thiem. So a very close match overall. And if you see, surprisingly, Thiem did serve very well. He has like 86% of first serves, but then only winning 69% of his points. So that just shows that Medvedev has a very good return of serve, and then he was also able to construct the points well and be aggressive. So you can see 37 winners from Medvedev and then only 30 errors, whereas Thiem has equal number of winners and unforced errors, and those are a bit less as compared to Medvedev. So a very tight match, and let's look at some of the key factors that caused the result. So Medvedev's return of serve is the first aspect, as we just saw in the match stats, that Medvedev was able to return most of the serves from Thiem and then start off the point. And once the point was started, I think Medvedev was ready to be aggressive at times. And because of his good backhand and a good forehand, and also the good court coverage that he has, that is also mentioned here as the third point, I think he was able to manage the game really well. And also his aggressive play was very important because I think Thiem's slice backhand, even though it's a very good addition to his overall game and he plays it well against most of the players, but I think here against Medvedev, that's not a good strategy in my opinion, because Medvedev is a player who likes those sort of exchanges in the match, who likes to rally more, much like a Monfils, because he also likes to rally more. So in with such players, you need to be aggressive. That is why if you see Federer is always able to beat players like Monfils and all the other players, because Federer is always ready to be aggressive and then finish off the points. If Federer decides to play a rally game and use his slice, then maybe it will be benefiting for Monfils and they would also win those sort of matches. So I think that goes against Thiem's overall game plan, the use of slice backhand. He did that also in the US Open against Medvedev. He was able to succeed at that moment, but that was also a close match, even though it was a straight sets win. But two of those three sets were tie breaks. And if you see, it's not that the shot in any way is not useful for Thiem, but he also has to look at the players who he is playing against. So I think Medvedev is a sort of player who likes to play slice shots, who likes to play uh, good rally points, construct the points. So against these sort of players, I think Thiem has enough weapons to be aggressive, and I think he should go for flat backhands, especially the backhand down the line that he used so well against Nadal as well as against Djokovic. And the same mistake I think Nadal also made against Medvedev. So if you saw his match against Medvedev, Nadal also used a lot of slice backhands, maybe trying to make it difficult for the tall Medvedev. But I think he moves so well and he's able to cover the court and manage that shot. So it actually played well in the hands of Medvedev because he was able to control the point, and then whenever he wanted, he was able to be aggressive as well and take control. So I think that's something that Thiem or Nadal has to avoid against Medvedev, because he's that sort of player who likes to start off the point and continue a sort of rally, and then he has the weapons as well to be aggressive at times. Now, one more interesting thing that I noted in Thiem's record. So if you see his record in finals, and by finals I mean the Masters 1000 Grand Slams and this Nito ATP Finals. So you can see he's only won twice in the finals and lost 7 times. So that just shows that even though Thiem is playing really well in all the matches and he's beating the top guys, but when it comes down to finals, he doesn't have that good a record. And even if you see the US Open finals against Zverev, I mean Zverev had so many chances to win the match. I think if it would have been any other player apart from Zverev, then Thiem would have found it really difficult to win that match, because he was down and out, and I mean Zverev was serving for the match many times. It was 2 sets to love up as well. So a very surprising victory for Thiem. That one, of course, he played well. Of course, he stood there till the end. But I still think that in finals he doesn't have that much good record as compared to some of the other top guys, and he will eventually catch up there. So maybe one point that is in favor of Thiem is that he was still pretty young when he lost those finals. A few of those finals were against Nadal in the French Open, of course, so nobody has managed to win those. So that doesn't make much difference to Thiem. But still, I think in the finals, at least on the hard courts, and then on these in these tournaments, Thiem needs to improve his finals record, because he played such a good match against Nadal and such a good match against Djokovic, but still he was not able to win the tournament. So I think, and yesterday also he started off well. He had the first set, looked like he would be, winning it easily, and then he also had a winning record against Medvedev. But still, it was a final, and Medvedev stood strong. And full credit to him. I mean, the way he came back this year. I mean, losing last year to Nadal after being 5-1 up in the final set and having a match point, and then being able to turn that around this year when he was actually down a set and down a break, and Nadal was serving for the match. So that was remarkable from Medvedev, and the way he played throughout the tournament, very consistent, just keeping it to himself and playing his game, not getting too much frustrated about things. And we saw a smile from Medvedev as well in the first set where he lost a point through the net. So whole credit to him, and I think next year is going to be really interesting. Looking at all these guys playing really well, and I think it will be tough for Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer to win even the Grand Slams and the Masters 1000 against these guys, because now these are not the young generation. These are not the next generation. They are playing very much at par with these three guys, and I think they also have the experience now. So I think Thiem, Zverev, as well as the other players like Rublev, all these guys are playing really well. And then we also have some young talent coming up like Sinner and all the other players that are already there like Kyrgios. So I think a very interesting year 2021 is going to be, and it will also be decisive in terms of the GOAT debate. So I think Grand Slam wise, Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic would not want to miss any of the Grand Slam, because it's very tight now, and the young players would try to make it difficult for them. So let's see what happens. But a great end to the year and a great tournament from Medvedev. Quite unexpected champion, but very well deserved indeed. So thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll catch up with another one. Thank you.